Hey everybody, Tim Miller from the Bulwark. Donald Trump just got off stage in Asheville, North Carolina with what was supposed to be a intellectual speech, a policy rollout on the economy. And needless to say, it was just the same old Trump, maybe even grumpier. So let me just back up and give you a little backstory here. My colleague Mark Caputo at the Bulwark has been working on this. The people around Trump are rightfully worried that his wheels off speeches where he like rants about Kamala's looks and what race she is and talks about Hannibal Lecter and all the other stuff that he talks about is not helping him drive a message. And they recognize that Kamala Harris has had a really good rollout and they need to define her negatively in some ways. And so they think it would be better if Trump would just give normal speeches where he says Kamala Harris is bad because of X, Y, and Z. That's not really Trump's style, though. And so they have been suggesting that he does a different type of speech, a policy-oriented speech. Something's not a big rally, has a crowd there, but not a huge rally, and a little bit more sober and whatever. That was the idea, at least, and that was the idea today. That was going to be the new rollout for this. But you got a sense that Trump wasn't really happy about the shackles being put on him. He's not really thrilled with his advisors, given that his poll numbers have tanked in an unprecedented manner, just how fast they've gone down in such a short period of time. And so you could kind of see the frustration this morning before his speech even started. Before he left for Asheville, he went to vote. And I just, before we get to the speech, I want to show you a video of Donald going to vote, early vote this morning in Florida.
Great honor to vote. They've done a fantastic job here, and we appreciate it. We think we're doing very well. We just had a poll that shows we're doing very well, and we have an interesting couple of months ahead of us.
That dude looks depressed. That dude looks sad. He slumped his shoulders. Multiple people pointed this out to me that it kind of looks like how sad he looked after the Helsinki meeting with Putin, where he knew that he got kind of owned by Putin. His just body language is horrible, angry, and the speech, which we're about to show you, didn't really do a whole lot to change that impression. So he gets to Asheville, starts off the speech, and he reads the stage directions. Basically, he tells people, "I'm supposed to be serious today." Let's watch.
Now, this is a little bit different day because this isn't around. We're talking about a thing called the economy. They wanted to do a speech on the economy. A lot of people are very devastated by what's happened with inflation and all of the other things. So we're doing this as a intellectual speech. You're all intellectuals today.
This one's going to be intellectual, folks, not like those other speeches. We're going to be serious policy wonks here. You can even tell at that point that he's in on the joke. He's almost trolling his own advisors here. It's this is not Trump. Might be a lot of things. Trump is not intellectual. The notion that this was going to be a successful policy speech was ridiculous from the start. But then you get into it, and he repeats a lot of the various proposals that he's put out before. But then he also offers some deep economic thinking on what his views are on the stock market. Let's take a look at that.
Many people say that the only reason the stock market is up is because people think I am going to win. Did you ever hear that? But there was one day, a couple of weeks ago, when they weren't thinking that, and you saw what happened.
I would say this is a kindergartner's understanding of the stock market, but I don't know. I think not even a lot of kindergartners would be this stupid. It's just he thinks that when it goes up, it's because people think he's going to win, and when it goes down, it's Kamala's fault. Who is he fooling with that besides total cultists? The stock market goes up and down for tons of macroeconomic reasons. If the stock market contains multiple individual businesses, I don't know that your Amazon stock or, your Qualcomm stock, your Grindr stock, whatever stock you got out there, I don't know it's going up and down based on perceptions of Donald Trump's likelihood to win. It's just this whole thing where he has to rationalize the fact that the stock market is at an all-time high by claiming that when it gets good, it's because people think he's going to win, but his poll numbers have been tanking. And anyway, it's not a very astute understanding of the macroeconomic environment or how the stock market works. You would think that on an economy speech. He might have something to say about the stock market that was relevant, that was within the facts, that some thoughts that he might have on how to get people more access to investment income. Who the hell knows? But no, it's all about him. Now, you will not be surprised to find out this economy speech did not stick on message. His bitterness and how aggrieved he is at Kamala just continues to be the overwhelming observation I have about Donald Trump's behavior the last 3 weeks. He's so unhappy she's getting all this attention. He's jealous of her. And as a result, you had him calling her not brilliant, not smart. He was lamenting how she used to be so disrespected, and now the media is nice to her. He went on. Let's watch him talk about the Time cover picture again.
And then they decided to get politically correct. We have to put her in. They put her in, and now they're putting her on the covers of Time magazine with an artist sketch. They don't use a picture. They use an artist sketch. I want to use that artist. I want to find that artist. I like him very much.
He's really wrapped around the axle on this Time cover picture. He's been on the cover of Time a million times. You'd think that would satisfy him. But he is not happy. She's too pretty on that cover. He thinks that they're making her look prettier than she is. I don't exactly know what the thinking there is. Someone running for president is like the most pictured and videoed person in the world. So people are going to know what she really looks like. Like the whole thing just reeks of jealousy and maybe slightly a little bit of attraction. He also talks about how she's stealing from him. He does this little bit about she might have a spy in the room.
Oh, look, they have a spy in the audience right over there. He's spying.
I don't really understand what he's going with there. And then obviously you got to go with the sexist attacks on her laugh. Here, let's take a look at those.
What happened to her laugh? I haven't heard that laugh in about a week. That's why they keep her off the stage. That's why she's disappeared. That's the laugh of a crazy person. I will tell you, if you haven't known it, she's crazy.
She's got a crazy laugh. I guess. I don't know if that's going to work. He goes on and discusses everything, immigration, all the hits, the transgender issue, girls and women's, or men and girls sports, the whole thing. Not an economic focused message at all. Mentions Barack Hussein Obama. Hussein. He loves saying Hussein.
President Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Barack Hussein Obama.
It's like we don't get the bigoted subtext there. But then during this economy speech, this was another line that stood out to me. Let's take a look at this, him talking about Viktor Orban.
We have wars breaking out all over the world, and they asked the head of the Prime Minister of Hungary, very tough man, strong man, very, somebody that I always got along. I get along with the strong ones. I don't get along with the weak ones. Isn't that sad? That's a personality defect.
He likes dictators, and he admits it's a personality defect. So maybe a moment of clarity in this rambling hour-long speech that was supposed to be an intellectual, policy-driven economic message. Maybe we get an unintentional moment of clarity that, yeah, Donald, you do have a personality defect. Anybody that likes the dictators has some issues, maybe some daddy issues that they're still working through. Anyway, there was Donald Trump's big economy speech. We're going to keep monitoring these guys when they're on the trail and giving you guys reactions to it. So make sure you're subscribed to the feed. We'll be talking to you soon. Peace. Hey, if you like this video and our content, I'd love for you to become a Bulwark Plus subscriber. You get access to bonus podcasts, secret podcasts, and newsletters we put out every day, plus some behind-the-scenes takes that I don't always post on this feed. In addition, you can become part of the Bulwark community. Come over to our Substack and comment and meet other like-minded people. We'd love to have you. Starting today, you can get a free trial at thebulwark.com/free trial. The link is right here on the screen and below in the description. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Come on and give it a free try today.